What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Foregoing. Today we're going to revisit Black Panther. We're going to try a complete solo against Galactus, especially since in this day and age, having peers and all kinds of physical attack. We want to see just how well we can do with old boy, just at tier 2. Now, Black Panther's got the exact same build that I had in my last video. I will show you all that build. And we are playing him the way we're supposed to play him. The last time I used Black Panther, I wasn't letting his force skill do a couple strikes before I would hit the 5th skill. And if you do that, you will get a nice little burst of damage, but it's very sudden, very quick, but it is quite a bit. And you always got to make sure when you're using that damage accumulation on that 3rd skill to kind of let the screen zoom back a little bit. Oh, crap. No, never mind. All right, let's go. It's always funny playing Galactus. Oh, let's get out of here. Ooh, watch out, watch out. Okay. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Okay, okay. And shout out to my pals, Kofaka and Agent Jara, because I asked them to not do any damage, so we could actually see how well Black Panther could do just at tier 2. And I know, anymore, like Galactus really isn't really much of a gauge as far as how much damage you can actually do. Something else to note is on the 4th skill, if you land, like if you get a slash, if you hit the 2nd slash and then go into the 5th skill, your proc will still land on the 5th skill. And I know that because I'm using a regular damage proc. I'm not using a CTP of energy. And one difference between those two obelisks is when you use a regular damage proc, your proc will stay highlighted as long as the proc's engaged. Once it disengages, I will say this, it seems like the proc is fairly, like it seems like it's landing on the 5th skill the way it's supposed to. It doesn't seem like it's really getting off too much. Okay, get out of there, get out of there. Let's pick up these guys, pick up these guys. Oh boy, oh boy. And I really wish Black Panther had a heal. This is something about his kit that really sucks that he doesn't have one. And it's not like, characters absolutely need heals. It really isn't. But it sure is nice when they have them. What are you going to do, punk? Yeah, do your thing, do your thing. And I always love doing these kinds of videos because it's a lot more fun facing Galactus, having a nice long drawn out war instead of just one-shotting, because that really does get old. I mean, obviously if you're under time restrictions and sometimes it's just fun just to murder Galactus, just do those big one-shots, but it does get old. It does get a little boring after a while. Okay, not bad. So like I said, if the proc does trigger at the end of the 4th skill on the 2nd slash, you'll still get the proc on the 5th skill. It would have been better though if he wouldn't done any hits on the 4th skill at all. That would have been a lot better. Ooh, we've taken quite a bit of damage here. I'm going to try not to get hit by anything. All right, come on, here we go. Now, I went ahead and switched my characters because our life is pretty low. If we get hit one more time, we're probably going to die, and we don't want to die. We don't want to die at all. Now, luckily, I do have a VIP level, so I am getting a heal whenever I tag Black Panther out. And it is nice that he does have the native super armor. That is good. Oh, crap. But he's doing actually pretty decent. I mean, considering that he is tier 2. He's doing all right. We're getting some nice little bursts of damage here. And I gotta say, you know, when you play Black Panther properly, he is pretty fun, right? And the proc has been landing for the most part where I want it. Now, I know for other YouTubers and other content creators, the proc was extremely inconsistent. It seemed like it wasn't working out very well for them at all. But it seems like it's doing pretty decent for me. Like, it seems like it's landing all right, which is actually a good thing. We're gonna come over here in the corner. That would just be an old safe haven here. Kick back, wait a little bit for old Pokey to do his thing. And one thing about having that super armor is we don't have to worry about getting a guard broken against Galactus. And there you saw the proc triggered on the 4th skill, but it actually stayed on the 5th skill. I mean, he does get some pretty decent burst damage. I mean, when you combine that 4 and that 5. Now there, the proc actually triggered on the 4th skill. And we did a little bit less damage that time. That didn't really work out too well. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I think one more shot and we'll have it. Let's go. Come on. So, I mean, not bad, right? I mean, I know it's nothing special, but again, this is a complete solo by him. No supports, no leadership, except for Black Panther's leadership, which just gives 15% critical rate. And, you know, it's not bad, right? He's actually, man, seriously, this uniform really does make him so much stronger. It really does. Something I want to check out really quick here. Let me see here. Okay, never mind. I thought something, but no. You know, and this is just with a normal ranked uniform, you know. I mean, if you tried doing that against Galactus with his, you know, base kit or with this uniform, it's going to be pathetic. It will be disgustingly bad. So, I mean, the uniform is a huge upgrade, and I really didn't seem to have a lot of problems triggering the proc. I mean, what, maybe 2 times in all of that time in a 7-minute run that it actually triggered on the 4th skill? That's actually a pretty decent average considering how bad a lot of people actually really anticipated it to be. And, you know, I thought it was going to trigger the proc more often, but really in today's run, it seemed like it procced really, really well. And a lot of people are going to tell you guys that you really should put a CTP of Rage on this guy. Personally, I would only put a Rage on him if you absolutely think it's necessary. I mean, the benefit to that is he does have guaranteed critical about 50%, so he will proc that Rage. He will proc it, especially if you have max critical rate on top of having the guaranteed critical rate. Yeah, 50% guaranteed critical rate is a very high chance of doing a critical. Is going to increase your chance of doing a critical hit, which means more than likely you're going to proc the CTP of Rage. But honestly, I think for some people, this is going to really depend on their perception. For me, I think a damage proc is just fine. I saw that he was procking pretty much for the most part where we wanted. I know there's going to be some times where he doesn't, but it wasn't really that bad of an average at all. But I do think for some people, the Rage is going to be better because maybe their luck is going to be different. Maybe the proc's going to be acting all wacky on them, and it's just going to be procking on the 4th skill for them over and over and over. But it really is a substantial increase to his power. It's a big upgrade. I wish that whenever he did his 4th skill, I really, really wish that you didn't have to do the slashes. Man, that would make it so much better. And I think a lot more players would be a lot happier with this uniform if that was the case. If you could just hit the 3, hit the 4, and then just cancel right into the 5 and get all the residual damage from the 4, that would have been way, way better. I think something else that would have really helped is to have a little bit longer lasting skill. That burst of damage that he gets is so quick, so sudden, and it'd really be nice that if it just lasted a little bit longer, right? If it just lasted a second longer, it would be so much better. Now, it remains to be seen if Black Panther is going to be an ABX meta. He might, but you know, I don't want to rag on the uniform, but I really do think that he should have got a heal. I really think he should have got a heal. And yes, he probably doesn't need it, but it really is nice because every time you're going to step in those meteorites, the poison, you're going to take a lot of damage, especially when you start getting high stages of Null and Mephisto. You're going to take a lot of damage. That's why we like having heals, because we don't want to be using our healing striker, because we'd rather use a damage to supervillain striker instead of healer, or maybe ignore dodge if we actually need it for Null. So let me know how y'all feeling about Black Panther doing a solo against Galactus, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.